Today is December the 30th, 2020. We're here at beautiful, historic Willis Dairy Barn in Governor's Infield Facility, Historic Preservation. Frank and Pepper, when they built the facility, built it as a multi-use woodworking shop, event center, and etc. And really did a magnificent job. The lumber, the post and beams for this building, I supplied is public art, but this is my show, Steve Cross 2020, and it's called the Voodoo Zoo, so we'll go through. This is my motto, or our motto, our theme, and maybe I could read this. If a man says he will fix it, he will. There is no need to remind him every 6 months about it. We'll get it done. A lot of my art is inspired and influenced by Native American, and this is 2 antique mule plows and a piece of pine found objects. And then we have the really pretty stones, but the Native American said that mythical bead spitter spit out the beads, and that's where the beads came from. There's a lot of the shell gorgets. You'll find them in a fairly common Native American motif, but this is my presentation of the bead spitter. Okay, the table. This is a sycamore table, antique, iron bandsaw, over 100 years old. And then this is solid sycamore from Lake Blackshear, Georgia. And we call this table the Voodoo Zoo also. It has snakeskin sycamore, flame sycamore, wolf faces, bird of paradise, sea turtles, human pack rat with human pack rat craft. Old Willis Dairy bench. Yeah, baby, thunder and lightning. Then these old sewing machines. My grandmother used to sew with these things, and she said she didn't know how the hell she held out the paddle that long. Starving Artist Relief Fund, RELEAF. What do we have in the relief fund? 1 penny in a freaking hole. 1 penny in a hole. 1 penny in a hole, that's the story of my life, man. Nah, I do good. Anyway, okay. Industrial sewing machine, which we're in the process of restoring. We're actually gonna try to operate this sewing machine. Reception tables, we got the chicken in the bowl. Then we got Sail Tall Ships 2020. Then we flip on over here to all the books, and then right there, we got old Steve, who happens to be the world champion, right there. So, hey, let me read this. World's last and only commercial supplier of maritime southern live oak. All of the other live oakers died off. I don't feel all that good myself. This is a social statement. We've got the antique Art Deco, which I really dig on Art Deco craft. I did this as some kind of a statement. We've got the Ace of Hearts, the Queen of Diamonds, the Queen of Hearts, the Jack of Hearts. We've got the dog, the gator, the dinosaur. And this aluminum mermaid and aluminum alligator, I actually cast those. Mind Erase Elixir. Hey, if you ever have worries and stuff, get you a couple of cans of this. Healthy Hogs or Happy Hogs. How does somebody get a prototype tail section for a Patriot missile? Well, you have a friend who is a famous artist named Ron Godwin in Brundage, Alabama. Raytheon McDonnell Douglas has a missile plant in Brundage out in the country. They rented the Godwin's warehouse to store missile parts. When they left, they told them they could keep whatever was there. Ron found this in a shipping crate, made a coffee table out of it, which, by the way, if you set it on the floor, it makes a super cool looking coffee table. And I always wanted to buy it for years, and he never would sell it to me. And then I was over there one day, and he said, you know, I'm tired of drinking this cheap wine. I want some real wine. and handed over, and that's how the missile bottom followed Steve home. Then we come on over to our horse. I got my first horse when I was 6 years old. I don't want to own a horse now, but I still like horses. And then this is a giant mutant cypress knee from Weewa Hitch to Dead Lake. Glass art by Dan Townsend, and then holders by Steve Cross. Moray eel seeking a minnow or something. Then we have this. It was a beautiful antique mirror stand. We didn't have the mirror, but it sure looks cool. Hey, it looked cool with the mirror and the rocks. Anyway, we'll see. And then some company made these for jewelry store displays, real collector's item. Carved cedar reminiscent of the forest scene with the found objects, fungi. Hey, you know why fungi grow close together? You know why fungi grow close together? Because there ain't much rain. Anyway, all right, so she got it. Okay, persimmon ebony bow made by Terry Martin, the famous international rider. I used to tell him, hey, and that's what he called that, hey. But anyway, then carved dove-like object by Steve with olive leaves. And we have the World Table. There's a company called the Podley, and they make gemstone globes. And this is an early one that has a mother of pearl ocean. The newer ones has lapis lazuli oceans. This car, a 1955 Chevy, the car that has had more influence on car design than any other automobile, my belief is a 55 Chevy. Then the General Lee on the Dukes of Hazzard, 35 Ford. The Gypsy Rose is given credit for starting the lowrider movement, and the real Gypsy Rose is now in the Smithsonian. It's got the hydraulic system, or the representation of the hydraulic system. A lot of my work is inspired or loosely based on Native American, but this was my attempt at a Native American mask, and it's got the big face, and then it's got the little face, which I call the ego in the head. The drunk penguin procrastinates about as good as the whale of bear or a Ouija board. Our research has shown. This piece of furniture here, which is a magnificent piece, that it looks toy-like, but it's actually a well-made, I mean, like unbelievable. This is what's called as a captain's desk, but they were made small with this great precision because they were often used on a ship with the captain or a high-ranking person. And in my life, I've had many diverse experiences. One when I was 19 years old and volunteered, for the United States Air Force. I and this group of people were suicide bombers for Tricky Dick Nixon. The United States Air Force certifies that Airman Carlton S. Cross has successfully completed the missile maintenance, blah, blah, blah. I had a secret security clearance, and I've got a United States certificate of training in nuclear missile mechanics and nuclear missile electronics. Something very important, certificate of appreciation from old Tricky Dick himself. Richard Nixon is thanking me for being a suicide bomber. And then we've got our Jimmy Carter, another president, and I have worked together, and then I've got a collection of different stuff that President Carter sent me, autographed books. President Carter's actually been to my sawmill 3 times, and Rosalind was with him twice. Rosalind has got one of my stone benches in her butterfly garden. This is something I'm not sure that people do anymore. They actually put children in these things and send them down a hill, and this steering is just basically a suggestion. and then the brakes, but it looks like it's a sure formula that if the kid makes it to the bottom of the hill, they gonna crash. Still valid Americana. This is one that's more like an Indy car called the Brave Mobile. And this is the Spank Indy and Ludlam. I'm sure they were competitive people, but it's still, for me, automotive. And then the kids' chairs, this is sort of like pit race. When you're making a ship, the sections of a ship, the individual pieces are called futtocks. But if you say futtocks at a restaurant, people look at you funny. And then if you say futtock units, they look at you even more funny. But that's really what they are, is futtocks. And this is a machine that I had made, cut the pieces, and we actually make these and ship them out on pallets to make yachts and boats out of. But this thing is a super sawzall on a gearbox mechanism. I'm also an engineer, but it'll cut a curve and a slant at the same time. We can take this thing and cut out a one-piece picture frame. I'd like to thank everybody for coming here to Old Willis Dairy, Tallahassee's premier event center. And I'd like to thank Frank and Pepper Willis, Old Willis Dairy, for hosting this event. But one of the things that we like is our fire pit out there with the sawed sedimentary sea rocks. I'd like for us to go out and see the fire pit and check it out. These stones are ancient sedimentary sea stones. Many people say they're Ocala limestone, but these are more in the flint category. It's got a lot of flint quartz content, supposedly 8 to 100 million years old. I wasn't actually there. 8 to 100 million years ago. Okay, hey, here we are at the Old Willis Dairy fire pit. Thunder and lightning, yeah, baby. But we've heard of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. We put the STEAM in STEM, science, technology, engineering, art, and math. So the great adventure continues. Come back next time.
Say something about YouTube.
Well, hell, they'll know. Okay, hey, all of you YouTube people, remember to hit the like and the subscribe. Also, if you want to spend a few dollars, we do accept cash.